All right, let's see how you did and fill out the concept map together. Let's start here in the center, personal genetics. The decision to know is personal, and you must provide consent. We talked more about the idea of consent and the social implications of personal genetic information in Lesson 12. Now, if we want to learn more about our personal genetics, the 23andMe process starts with a DNA sample obtained from our saliva. Now, we can learn more about DNA. We learned about the basics in Lesson 2. Now, the DNA sample in saliva is sent to the lab for DNA extraction. And then there's a step of DNA amplification. After amplification, the sample will be hybridized on a chip. And the important part is this is not sequencing, right? We learned that this is not sequencing the whole genome. We're actually screening for 1 million different SNVs, or single nucleotide variants. And they're named individually by their RSID. And together, all these SNVs can represent different alleles. Now, we learned more about alleles in Lesson 6 in particular. But once we have this information, then we're ready for data assembly and analysis. Our results will include information about traits and ancestry. We talked at length about traits in Lesson 1 and a bit more in Lesson 5. The types of traits we can learn about include monogenic traits, which we'll learn more about in Lesson 8, complex traits, which we'll learn more about in Lesson 9, and even particular traits that have to do with interactions with drugs, which we'll learn more about in Lesson 10. Now, the information we learn about our ancestry tracks our maternal line, our paternal line, and even family relationships, which we'll learn a bit more about in Lesson 11. And we actually use a calculation called IBD, or identity by descent, to determine some of these family relationships. Together, combining information about our ancestry and traits, we get a look at our family traits, which track individual genes shared by various relatives. And we learned a lot about genes in Lessons 3 and 4. I hope you have a new appreciation for how all the information we learned about so far is connected and how it connects into the information that we're going to learn in the remaining lessons.